is Fabiana Katz, and I'm a singer and vocal pedagogue. And today I want to give you a little exercise to help you find tension in your body. This is not an exercise for singing, it's perhaps a little meditative, and it focuses a little bit on the breath. And more than anything, it focuses on your body so that you can begin to discover where you're holding tension. The number one reason why all of us sometimes encounter trouble with our voices is tension. Tension in the body that comes from living, from daily pressures. We are constantly worried, concerned, working out problems, issues with relationships, with partners, with colleagues, and all of that we hold in our bodies. And so when we go to sing, we're not free. And if the body is not free to act as a resonating vessel, then the voice doesn't flow. But we don't know this. And so we do all kinds of things to try and compensate for tension that we have in the body that gets in the way of the sound energy flowing through this body. I will give you a simple exercise that doesn't really involve making sound at all to try and get at the tension and to try and help you become aware of where you are holding tension so that you can begin to release it, so that you can begin to let your real voice sound through your body. The very first things that you want to do is find a quiet place where you can stand quietly and turn inward for a couple of minutes. You want to step on your feet squarely so that the weight is evenly distributed, and you want to soften your knees, soften your hips, and find that nice alignment in your body where you feel nice, tall, buoyant, right? Where your spine is straight, pretty much straight, and your head is nicely buoyant along your spine, on top of your spine and your neck. Your head should feel buoyant, like one of those bobble heads that you see on the dashes of the cars where there's a spring there and the head is just nice and loose. Okay, that's a good way to know. The other thing to think about perhaps is like your head being on a ball bearing, right? And so it has full mobility, right? It's never locked, it's never tight. So you take a couple of moments to quiet down your nervous system, to quiet down your mind, and just stand, right? Once you feel that you're more or less in a good place, start at the feet and begin to take stock, right? So feel your feet and where the weight is. It's in the front, the feet, and the back of the feet. It's in the middle. In Tai Chi, we call that the bubbling spring, right? It should be more or less in the middle of the foot, right? About where your arch is, perhaps a little bit in front of that, right? Once you feel like your weight is well squared on your feet, feel your ankles. Is there tension in your ankles? And then as you come up, feel your shins and the back of your legs and your knees. Are you holding? This is a really big one. We usually lock our knees when we have to stand for a long time, and that creates a whole series of compensatory tension moves along the spine, up all the way to the neck. So not locking the knees is very important. So find that feeling of softening the knees. Dance a little bit, right? Bend them. Just make sure they're not locked. And then your thighs, your legs, your hips, are they locked? Are they flexible? Are you compressing your lower back, right? So make sure that your back is not compressed, right? And then allow your weight to drop into your hip sockets and then down through your legs into your feet so that you feel very strong, very anchored, very settled and relaxed. And then your torso just kind of sits on that foundation that your hips have made. Once you feel that you've done that, then keep taking stock. Are you holding onto your belly? This is very important. As a singer, you can't do that, right? Because that impedes the breath process. So make sure that your diaphragm is relaxed. Your belly is relaxed. It tends to drop. You'll feel it come in and out or up and down as you breathe. Just let it unnoticed. Are your arms relaxed? Is your sternum open? Are you collapsed? Are your pecs engaged? Right? Your arms should be loose. Your shoulders should be square. Right? Your back should be relaxed. go back and feel that you haven't locked your knees, because that will happen immediately, or that you haven't locked your lower back. Okay? Your shoulder blades should be loose, and your mouth should just be hanging open, loose, with the jaw completely slack. Okay? So you're not interfering with the breath. There's no tension in the jaw. Your neck is loose, your jaw is slack, your head is buoyant. Now, once you've decided that things are as they are and that they're relaxed, for example, if you feel that your shoulder is up, then release it. You will notice as you take stock that suddenly you feel your shoulder is up here, or that you're doing something funny with your thumb, or that you're clenching, right? So take notice of what your body is doing. After a couple of minutes, you should have found a place where you're nice and straight and tall. You feel open and energized. You should feel some energy going through your body. Now you want to concentrate on your breath. And what you want to do is find the rhythm of your breath. Just whatever rhythm your own breath has, which is different for everybody, when you're not trying to control it. And just let yourself breathe. And feel what happens with the breath. Feels how often it comes in, how often it goes out. Does it come in on the heels of going out? Is there a little bit of a waiting period? Do you breathe in and out, in and out, in and out? Or is it in, out, and there's a time where nothing happens? Another in, out, and there's a time when nothing happens? Notice what happens right before you take that breath. There's a series of things that take place before the body breathes, but they happen very quickly. So just stand there, keep taking stock, go back to your knees, go back to your feet, because you will have moved your weight and it won't be in the middle anymore. You will have locked your knees, because we do that. You will have compressed your lower back or arched yourself. So keep going back to your body and notice any change, any tension. Is your chin up? Is your chin down? Are you cocking your head to the side? Where is your tongue? Are you pressing your tongue? All those things. And then keep feeling the rhythm of your breath. And just get into the rhythm of your breath. So that's all I'm going to say for now. Do this exercise. Take 2-3 minutes. You'll find rejuvenated and regenerated. You'll find a lot more energy. You'll be more in touch with your breath. After just paying attention. All you need to do is pay attention. You'll find your breath is deeper, you feel more open, and you will little by little get rid of slight tensions that are there but too subtle for us to feel all the time. Like I mentioned, the pecs, the shoulders, the tongue, the head. Most of us have no idea that we're doing these things, and they get in the way of your sound. Thank you so much. Subscribe to my channel, leave me comments below, visit my website. If you have concerns or issues or problems with your voice, let me know and I'll do my best to try and help you.